What's up guys, it's Ed from TechSource and welcome to my quick unboxing and comparison between the iPhone 8 Plus and the iPhone 8, also with a giveaway near the end. Also at the end of the video, I'll be sharing my honest opinion if you guys should really upgrade to the 8 Plus or the 8. I'm also going to kind of compare it to my current main driver, which is the iPhone 7 Plus. Alright, so let's get these out of their boxes. It's pretty straightforward. You get the same stuff that you would get from the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus. The phone is on top, and underneath you get the accessories, the usual 3.5mm jack adapter, and below that you get the charging cable and the power brick. In terms of design, everything is pretty much the same coming from the 7 and 7 Plus, except the fact that they now have glass for the front and back. And with that glass change, you also get wireless charging. And since it does have a glass back, it is a fingerprint magnet. So I do recommend picking up a skin or even a case to protect it. And the case I'm using in this video is from Tech21. They do offer a variety of clean looking cases that protect your iPhone from drops up to 10 feet. I like these cases because the designs are minimalistic and they don't add any bulk to your phone. Also, the buttons are very easy to press and the cutouts are large enough that they don't block out any ports, so you don't have to worry about plugging in third-party accessories. If you guys want to check them out, I'll drop a link to these below as well. There's also a difference in battery life, and surprisingly, it's a downgrade depending on how you look at it. The iPhone 8 and 8 Plus will have smaller batteries than their predecessors. However, Apple stated that they will last about the same. This probably means the battery optimization through software has improved, allowing you to get the same battery life on both devices. Either way, I was expecting some upgrades. These phones are supposed to be the upgrades of the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus, but instead, we get a smaller battery that's supposed to last around the same time, according to the website, which is kind of lame, to be honest. Also, not to mention that the 8 and 8 Plus are heavier and larger. I'm not even joking, it's on the actual website. But you don't see Apple mentioning that in their keynotes. Our iPhone 8 and 8 Plus are not only thicker now, but they're also heavier. I mean, at least it's faster. It is featuring the new A11 Bionic chip and the M11 Motion coprocessor, and based on benchmarks, it completely destroys the Note 8 and the OnePlus 5, which are the top competing Android devices for Geekbench 4. And just to give you guys an idea, the baseline score of 4000 on Geekbench 4 equates to an Intel Core i7 6600U, and the iPhone 8 and 8 Plus scored more than double that. While the actual size and weight are slightly bigger on the new iPhones, the resolution remained the same. The camera also got a nice bump. It's actually featuring a new sensor, and although the specs look identical on paper, the quality of the images have been improved. First up on the list is the dynamic range. You guys can definitely tell from this picture, the foreground is much darker than the background on the 7 Plus, whereas it's more balanced on the 8 Plus. I feel like the exposure is balanced very well. There is one thing I don't like about the 8 and 8 Plus, and that's actually the saturation. You can obviously tell the difference between the two. The 8 and 8 Plus have more saturation in their pictures. The colors are more vibrant and they pop, whereas the 7 and 7 Plus have more truer to life colors, which is actually what I personally prefer. Also, if you pay attention to the grass in this picture, you can see that the 8 Plus has slightly warmer colors compared to the cooler side of the 7 Plus. Low light performance has also been improved slightly. You can still see some grain from the 8, but it's not as much compared to the 7. I also like the flash on the 8 Plus. It doesn't overexpose the shot like it does in the 7 Plus. The front-facing camera on both phones do look similar, except once again the 8 Plus has slightly more saturation. And now they can actually shoot up to 4K resolution at 60 FPS and slow-mo video at 240 FPS in 1080p. That's pretty cool. The 7 and 7 Plus could also shoot in slow-mo at 240 FPS, but only in 720p. One thing that is new for photos is their new portrait lighting, which is a fancy term for filters. You can basically take a picture and give the image an effect to replicate certain lighting scenarios. If you ask me, it's a gimmick, just like live photo was. I mean, the difference is very minuscule, and I guarantee almost no one is going to use it after a few months. They also introduced their new True Tone display, which essentially changes the white point of the display and adjusts the brightness to compensate for the lighting in the environment. What this means is that if you're in a room with warm lighting, the screen will adjust with the temperature of the room. If you guys pay close attention over here, you can see the brightness and the color temperature change on the screen. And finally, the phones are both still water resistant, rated at IP67, meaning you can submerge the iPhone in 1 meter or 3.3 feet of water for about 30 minutes. And speaking of water resistance, I'm actually heading out to a cruise on the 25th to the Caribbean, and there's going to be a lot of thunderstorms and rain, I'm sure, because of Hurricane Maria. And I'm going to be taking the iPhone 8 Plus with me, because I'm sure you guys noticed there was an Audible app on the phone, and that's because I'm going to be using it on the trip. So on my flight to Florida and back, I'm actually going to be listening to my favorite show, Game of Thrones. I'm currently on book number 2, and if you guys are a fan of the show on HBO just like me, I strongly recommend checking it out, especially since we have to wait a while for season 7. There's a lot of stuff that they leave out on the show, so it's interesting to learn more about the backstory and scenes that they never showed. This video is brought to you by Audible, and because of that, they are giving my viewers a free audiobook with a 30-day trial membership. Just visit audible.com/techsource and download your free audiobook today. You can install it for your PC or download it for your smartphone or tablet and take it with you wherever you go. Even if you guys cancel your membership after you pick your first book, you get to keep the book forever. It's completely yours. You got nothing to lose, so make sure you guys check it out at audible.com/techsource and start your 30-day trial and get your free book as well. I'll drop a link to it down below. This entire next week, I'm going to be flying and cruising with Audible, so let me know in the comment section below where you guys love to listen to Audible. The iPhone 8 and 8 Plus have some decent upgrades, but let's be real, this is technically the 7S and 7S Plus. I would definitely stick around for the iPhone X or go with the Android route. However, if you don't like the iPhone X already and have pretty much made up your mind and you much rather keep the home button, and if you want a faster iPhone with some upgraded video features like slow-mo at 240 FPS and an improved camera sensor, then sure, go ahead and throw your money at Apple if you really are invested in iOS. But for me personally, I think I'm going to hold off for the iPhone X just because the 8 or 8 Plus honestly didn't impress me, and I'm going to wait and see what the iPhone X is about before I decide on my main driver. Alright, so now for the giveaway. If you want to enter for a chance to win one of these two phones, I'm actually keeping the rose gold. I'm giving away a silver and space gray iPhone 8 Plus to 2 lucky subscribers, and the instructions to enter are very simple. I'll drop a Gleam link down below. Just follow the instructions on that and you are good to go. Obviously, you have to be a subscriber of TechSource. If you guys want to drop a like, that would be awesome, but it's not mandatory. And let me know in the comment section whether you want the silver or the space gray. This is international, guys, so no matter where you live in the world, you are eligible to enter. The only thing is, I have to warn you guys, depending on what country you live in, there might be some import fees or custom fees, and for something like an iPhone 8 Plus, it's gonna be at least over $100. So keep that in mind before you enter the giveaway, because you're responsible for those fees, not me. I'll be announcing the winners on October 1st on my Twitter account, so make sure you guys are keeping your eyes on that. You don't have to have a Twitter account or you don't have to follow me. Just make sure you guys check the announcement on October 1st, because a lot of people don't claim their prizes, so I have to pick another winner. The winner will have 24 hours to claim the prize, so make sure you guys keep an eye out for that day. That's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, toss a like. If you didn't, feel free to dislike as well. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.